Hello, I'm Dr. Farkas, and I'm the Clinical Director at Back to Health Natural Solutions here in Troy, Michigan. You know, when I talk about ADHD, ADHD affects adults, it affects kids, and what we're finding is that there are things that can trigger ADHD, just like there are things that can trigger migraines, there's things that can trigger autoimmune disease, there's things that can trigger irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease attacks, and something can trigger ADHD, and what we're finding a lot of times is that it's foods. There are certain foods that cause brain fog, they cause inflammation, they cause hyperexcitability, they cause just different types of dysfunction and behavior. Now, a lot of people have heard of the Cleveland Clinic, the world famous, world-renowned Cleveland Clinic. The Cleveland Clinic secured a $120 million grant in order to study the gut and how the gut, which is where all of our food is processed and absorbed at, and how the gut behaves and how it pertains to behavioral health, anxiety, depression, sleep problems, and that's related to things like brain fog and focus. So I'm talking to you about this in relation to ADHD because it is possible to identify triggers that cause inflammation and disruption that can lead to ADHD, especially in kids. And what it is through food testing. Our mantra here in this clinic is we don't guess, we test. We use testing in order to find out what could be triggering this problem with lack of focus or hypersensitivity and hyperactivity too as well. So we have like ADD, attention deficit disorder, but there's also ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. And again, we're finding overwhelmingly that it's due to food triggers that you could never just guess about. You could guess, oh, well, it's sugar, it could be caffeine, this, that, or the other, but you'd be surprised that even normal, healthy, organic, clean foods that our body develops sensitivities to. I'm not talking about full-blown allergies like where someone eats a strawberry and their throat swells up and they get hives. I'm talking about low-grade, systemic, which means whole body, foods that cause an immune response and a spike in inflammation that leads to the inability to concentrate, leads to poor focus, poor attention, and poor behavior that unfortunately, especially for adults and for kids, that is just due to foods. So again, we don't guess, we test. I say do food testing. Consider food testing if you want to focus on what is causing not only ADHD but other conditions like irritable bowel syndrome, inflammation, chronic pain, any and all types of autoimmune disease, thyroid problems, stubborn weight gain, low energy, all these things. Food sensitivity, it's so important because these are things that we get exposed to all the time. And again, I can't stress it enough, just healthy foods too as well. So I'm really glad that you stuck through this video this far. This approach can really make a change in children's lives, children's futures, and in families too as well. If you find it of value, please like it. If you have a question or concern, comment it, share this with people. If you know someone in particular that's struggling themselves with the medication, with the Adderall, the ADD drugs, ADHD drugs, and they're just concerned about themselves or their kids, share this with them. You can really make a difference in their health, and that's what we're here to do. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.